noise outside, but I was busy making a list of the relics. Did something happen? Who are you? I am Telmer, the scribe and senior aide to Lord Zentir, the Plagued One. Zentir, also known as Zentir the Plagued One, is a prominent figure within the ranks of the cultists, yet he is still shrouded in mystery. Not much is known about him apart from the terror he instills in his minions. And do forgive me, but Falkson has been assigned to this command, is he not? Where is he? What are you doing here? I'm compiling a list of valuable Crusader artifacts. Lord Zentir has offered that everything of use should be transported from Canabris and saved from the looting and destruction. We chose the museum as the place to collect and sort through the trophies. Unfortunately, the local thieves have proved even quicker off the mark than the demons. They ransacked the museum in the first few hours of the assault, but there are some objects of interest among the exhibits they left behind. The museum custodian has been kind enough to advise me on those, but where is Faxon? Woljif sniggers. Ha! Finest thieves in Mendiv! Turn your back and everything that isn't nailed to the floor will be gone when you turn around again. The demons have no chance against them. Masters of our trade we are. There you go bragging again, dummy. Thieving has never led to anything but harm. Trust me, if you fought the way you thieve, now that might be useful. No thanks. Every person has their calling and this is mine. But imagine if you fought as well as we thieve. Where is the custodian? Over in the gallery. I deceived him. I told him I was a crusader. It wasn't difficult. The old geezer is out of his mind. So tell me, where is Faxon? Clear up before I kill you? Let's do that. I'm lawful good. Let's do that. I mean, he's technically a demon, but he's also like kind of friendly. Clear off. The half-elf pitches forward, but then grabs his bag and leaps away from you. You're lying. You want me to turn away so we can trap me in the back and take the papers that I have been entrusted to me. The half-elf leaps back nimbly, pulling a sheath of paper from his bag as he goes. No! I have valuable letters from Lord Zentir's here, and I must destroy them. The cultist balls the pages up in his fist and shoves them into his mouth, then begins furiously chewing like a hamster. A moment later, the half-elf's eyes bulges and he opens his mouth, which is stuffed with masticated paper. He tries to cough, but nothing comes out. The failed saboteur looks at you in desperation. His eyes are streaming, his face is growing pale by the second, and he falls to his knees. A strangled wheeze emerges from behind a wad of wet paper. His expression veers from the hilarious to the grotesque as he signals to you for help. Want some salt or pepper with that? Now, I've never tried eating paper myself, but a little seasoning goes a long way, whatever the meal. Help the poor wretch. I don't care if those if those pages contain the innermost secret of Baphomet himself. I'm not touching that. The cultist coughs violently, and then after taking a trembling breath, leaps up and takes off running. He disappears, leaving you with a wad of correspondence that is much the worse for wear. A wad of crumbled paper, pieces of paper with visible bite marks and traces of saliva. The writing is blurred and indistinct. Most of the words are completely illegible, but some fragments are still intact. Carefully pack all the relics and valuable magical items and hand them over to the same courier that brought you my potions. Later, I may carve out some time away from my scientific research to sift through the detritus you managed to steal from the Crusaders. I might as well not bother, since your finds will almost certainly be of no use to me, unless I find myself in dire need of a paperweight. Still, this mission keeps you occupied and gives me invaluable opportunity to work without you sticking your nose into my experiment. I once again remind you that this is absolutely essential to store the potions in a safe place sealed with a corresponding protective rune. Should these safety measures not be taken, the demons will drink all of your stash dry in no time at all, and your master will order me to spend 3 more days at a cauldron making a new batch. Believe it or not, I have many other important matters to attend to. Should I discover that the potions have mysteriously disappeared, I will not try to look for the culprit. I will punish the person who let it happen, the person who failed to secure them properly. The punishment will be painful, brutal, and utterly inhumane. Remember this. Good luck with conquering whatever you are conquering out there. Zentir Van. Well, we will very obviously grab the potions, and then he's gonna search after that guy. Dude, this is hilarious. Okay, let's figure this out. Is there more demons here? Like,
onwards.
angels. The celestial native to the three upper planes of creation. Servants of the good gods, angels have come to the Crusaders' aid in the fight against the world wound more than once. It's worth noting that most of those who interfere in mortal life were driven by their own free will and not by any deity's order. However, the good gods do not forbid such impulses, allowing their celestial to seek a reckoning with the forces of evil. Okay. Wait. Almanac of the Tower of Estra Museum. Gallery exhibit. Among the cloudy colossi in this picture, the two angels... Oh, we've read all of those. Ah, this we didn't read. Reliquary exhibits. Wand of Zacharias, the wand of the famous mage Zacharias, who made his name during the heroic, tragic siege of the Lost Chapel. As the fortress warden, he sent his apprentice to break the siege in order to save the priests who served the chapel's many gods. Zacharias himself refused to leave the fortress, however, and is believed to have perished in the final onslaught. A popular legend says that the spirit of this brave hero still haunts the ruin of the Lost Chapel, waiting for a worthy crusader to bring back his wand and plead for aid in the darkest of times. This item was donated to the museum by Zacharias' apprentices, Mage Teldon. Vessel of Raylas. This copper vessel and the oil inside it were sanctified by Raylas, priest of Ayamade and faithful crusader. A batch of lamp oil had been brought to the crusaders' camp, and Raylas took the vessel to move it to the storehouse. Raylas' faith was so deep that it made the oil shine all by itself, and the vessel became covered with engraving praising the goddess. This item was donated to the museum by Raylas' fellow in arms. Helmet of Scrotia. This helmet belonged to Baptista Scrotia, paralictor of the Order of the Gate and one of the first Hell Knights to serve his duty as a crusader. During the most unstable and dangerous first weeks of the war, Scrotia saved the crusade from infighting between the worshipper of different gods. When a Hell Knight killed the paladin of Ayamade in a personal duel, Scrotia stopped the imminent bloodshed by stepping up for his soldiers and taking the blame for his deed. This was far beyond his duty, but Scrotia defended the honor of his order by proposing to wash out the insult with his own blood. Scrotia agreed to be beheaded in exchange for a peace treaty between the two orders. His death was put an end to the rivalry in the Crusaders' rank once and for all, and his sacrifice will be remembered by all Crusaders forevermore. Damn, dude. Tyrandalev's Claw. This is the claw taken from the silver dragon and protector of Canabris. It was cut off by demons when Tyrandalev heroically saved a group of ambushers, crusaders, from certain death. This item was donated to the museum by the Town Hall of Canabris. We regret to inform you that the bulk of the Third Crusade exhibits is currently not available for viewing. It has been moved to the museum's storeroom for restoration and cleaning. Lol. Okay. We'll do this battle in a second, guys. I just want to, like,
let us be off.
Check this out. Because this is kind of funny. This copper vessel and the oil inside was sanctified by Raylas. Okay, so these are the... straight up the items here. Pick the lock, sure. I'm a safe, though. I'm a safe scum the hell out of this.
I am helpful, am I not?
Oh. Sarkorian Faith. Imperial Lord Polura, Mistress of the Stars and the mysterious light of the Aurora, is one of the most revered deities of old Sarkoris. Her worship was widespread among the Kelids, who built numerous shrines in honor of their patroness. The foremost of these shrines, considered particularly cherished and sacred, was located on the lake shore surrounded by picturesque waterfalls called Polura's Fall. Okay. Whatever. Oh! Chain shirt. Ooh. Save.
I am helpful, am I not?
You are helpful.
I found
No, what is that? What do we have here?
No! You dum-dum.
I hope you appreciate this.
She ran straight into it. She tried to go around.
I am helpful.
She went straight to it. Yeah, it's fine. We already got the almanac. Oh. Oh, it's a regular falsetta. Oh, a lockpick. Dude, these are super expensive. Oh. A cookery, a special one. I'm going to assume it's a +1, but who knows. Yaniel. Paladin of Ayamade, the Lightbringer in Knight of Citadel Dresden, a heroine of the 4th Crusade, Yaniel disobeyed her orders by leaving the garrison to venture deep into the World Wound alone. 2 years later, she returned at the head of a Crusader squad she'd saved. Ooh, pick the lock 100%?
I am helpful. Am I not?
Magic essence, and composite longbow? Ooh.
Let's move.
Snazzy. Okay, is that where he is? There he is. Tell Dawn. He's not acting like he knows what happened outside. Like he really is acting like, you know, he's got no clue about anything. Okay, let's talk to him. The old man looks around absent-mindedly, shrinks away as you get closer. His head seems to shake uncontrollably, but his hands are surprisingly deft and assured as they level a magic wand at you. Say back! Which are you, robber or demon? Hey, take it easy, Gramps. So that's the way it is, eh? You see horns and you think thief or demon. Quit scaring the old man, dummy. Have you seen your horns? They, how should I put this? Don't exactly inspire trust in a city that's currently overrun with demons. Hey, there are horns, and then there are horns. Dude, I'm not going to hurt you. The old man goggles at you in terror, but he doesn't lower his hand. A rustling comes from somewhere behind him. Rats. The old man wheels around fearfully and peers in the direction of the sound came from. The hand holding the wand gradually falls to his side. When he turns back to you, there is no fear in his expression, only vague confusion. You... I'm sorry, I was distracted. What were we talking about? Oh, God. Were you? The old man lowers his wand in confusion. I think... His expression grows distraught and mournful, as though he is on the verge of crying. I forget. His gaze falls on a piece of cloth carefully stitched to his cloth, which reads, Teldon, Tower of Estron Museum Custodian. Aha! I'm Teldon, the custodian here. My memory isn't what it once was. My faculties are failing me. But at one time, my mind could cut like a diamond. I was a battle mage, one of the few who survived the Battle of the Lost Chapel. But I'm an old man now. Sometimes I set down my keys one moment, and the next I can't remember where I put them. With a pleased smile, the old man pulls a hefty set of keys from his pocket and proudly shows them to you. Here they are, my keys, my little lovelies. I would never give you away to anyone. Remembering himself, the old man hastily stows the keys back in his pocket. What are the keys for? Oh, these keys are for everything. I can open every door in the Tower of Hestrod with these. The museum custodian on duty must carry these keys at all times and never be parted from them. Not even for a second. And why is that? Because if the keys were left unattended, they would be pinched by thieves, wouldn't they? Thieves would strip the museum of all its treasures. Would have already done that, though. What are you all looking at me for? Woljif exclaims indignantly, even though no one is looking at him. Give me the keys. Wait. Should I? Out of the question. According to museum protocol, the custodians does not have the right to hand over the keys to another. I'm personally responsible for the safety of the exhibit in the storeroom. I have a plus 14 right now. Don't you understand? The museum holds things that could help in the fight against demons. I'm going to try that. Oh, I failed? I rolled a natural 1. Well, hopefully I didn't need the keys. Okay, Sinful. All good. I see. Why did the demons spare you? The museum custodian looks at you in a stark surprise. Demons? There have been no demons in this museum. I heard them breaking into the tower, but then everything went quiet. Then a very polite young fellow came along, a half-elf. He said Canabras was under attack, but that the Crusaders had already recaptured the tower. He said he'd been sent to oversee the evacuation of the museum. He was very pleased to find me here. I've proved a very useful resource. I showed him all the most valuable relics, explained what they were, and he wrapped them up, labeled them, and carried them off somewhere. And I've been here all this time. The old man gives the keys a satisfied shake. I locked the doors and stood guards to make sure no demons got in, but I've seen not one of them. I haven't heard any either. I've grown hard of hearing over the years. The half-elf was a demon worshipper. The old man frowns in confusion. What do you mean, demon worshipper? The fine young lad. So well dressed, so polite. But he said the Crusaders. Oh my word, the relics. We must go after them. The old man works himself into a state, bitterly lamenting as he roots through his many pockets, but the outburst doesn't last long. The motion of his hands slows and the awareness fades from his eyes. He stares off into the distance and then looks at you, wets his lips, and sheepishly inquires, Sorry, did you say something? What happened here? The old man bursts into agitated muttering, gesticulating furiously with shaking hands. First the bells started ringing, and then there were noise in the streets. Then the dragon lady Terendelev began to roar. I went to lock the door, but they were already inside. The thieves. There were 7 of them, or perhaps 10, I don't remember. They were talking some rubbish about how they were all orphans, supposedly, and that they were dangerous. They grabbed me and wouldn't let me go, and then they looted the place. They took anything with even a lick of gold on it. Relics, too. The museum boasts a very extensive collection, you know? And worst of all, they took the wand. And when they were done, they tossed me aside like a piece of old junk. They didn't even bother to kill me. What wand did the thieves steal? The wand of Zacharias, my master. He was a great man, the hero of the defense of the lost chapel. And those scoundrels took his wand. A relic. Ballads are sung about Zacharias, and they're just damned thieves. Master Zacharias will return and will assemble all of us, his students. And we'll show them. I'll show them what the battle mage talon is made of. Fury sparks in the old man's eyes, his spine straightens, and a fluid motion his hands raise his wands at the ready. But a howl of rage from outside frightens off the ghosts of the past. The old man turns around and looks at you in befuddlement. You were just asking me about something. I forget what it was. Where can I find the robbers? The old man throws up his hands. I haven't the foggiest. They're thieves. They know out of the way places where they won't be found. That's where they are, if they're still alive. But they won't be in the city. I heard them talking among themselves about how they needed to get out of Canabras before the demons wiped them out. Are you alright? The poor old man smiles piteously and makes a helpless gesture. Old age, my young friend. Old age and the poison of fear seeping into my mind. Both have turned me from a crusader and battle mage into this sorry specimen you see before you. This museum is all I have. Whenever I forget who and where I am, I just read the exhibit labels. They are of the past, just like me, and now some ruffians have ransacked this place. I'm frightened, my young friends. I'm very frightened. Tell me about the museum exhibits. The old man seems to come to life. It would take a lifetime to tell you all there is to know, but I'll take you on a tour of the highlights, some of my personal favorites. You should have a look yourself, you won't regret it. For instance, we have a painting here depicting angels fighting demons. Now, you may find it hard to believe, but in the First Crusade, many heavenly beings fought shoulder to shoulder with the Crusaders, and these two in the paintings are Targona and Lariel, the Silver Twins, as they were called. I actually met them, you know? When I was young man studying under Master Zacharias, they had no airs or graces about them. They walked among the mortals, they spoke to us, they healed our wounds. Lady Targona I remember especially well. She had a special unearthly wisdom within her. The angel Lariel, on the other hand, was known for his daring, and the youngest crusaders idolized him. I wonder what they are now, the twins. We don't have celestial beings in our ranks anymore. They all left sometime during the Second Crusade on a very important mission, they say. But I do love looking at this painting and remembering those days when envoys of the heavens walked among us, and the light that seems to shine from within them. The old man wipes his eyes. What was I saying? You must be a messenger, yes? Or are you a visitor? Why did those times end? Why do the Celestials not fight with us still? Heaven has not abandoned us, surely. Lore religion. You said that the angels Targona and Lariels are twins, but how can angels have siblings? That's a good question. Of course, angels are not born like mortals, so they can't have a mother and a father, or sister or brothers as we understand them. Angels come into being from reincarnated souls, or from the pure essence of the upper planes. Sometimes angels may adopt some features of mortals. For instance, they can identify as male or female, although that is not generally their way. Some of them can also develop bonds of camaraderie or even of kinship. But the case of the Silver Twins is rarer still. There are two angels who emerge from one soul. What else should they call themselves if not twins? Really? Go to Defender's Heart. There are good people there that'll look after you. The old custodian gives you a toothless smile. Really? It's safe there? But how can I leave the museum? His gaze falls upon the traces of the ring sacking, and the old man becomes lost in thought, as though trying to find an explanation for what he's seeing. You know what happened here, don't you? Thieves they were, prowling about, wanted to rob the museum, but I stopped them. Those ne'er-do-wells came in here, and I gave them the what for? A dose of battle magic. They won't be back. Don't you worry about me. I may be old, but I can still hold my own. Okay, well, I'll have to go. The old man's bewildered gaze follows you as you go. Oh, he's not gonna go to the thing? But bro, you're gonna die down here. Oh, man. He's not going, guys. Yeah, he's just not going. Send the photos? I'll take a look after the stream. Dude, I can't believe we did all of that stuff. There's no other places I can go, right? Like this was it. There's no like other underground place or like above place even. Unless like going up here meant, I think this meant like crashing it down. I'm not sure. Let me save here. I'm gonna try it. Actually go all the way up here. Okay, what does this mean?
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Oh, it would have killed like a few of them, I think. That's probably it. It might have killed like a few of them. Okay, let's get out. Vision of Targona, the translucent silhouette of a winged warrior glows softly. You brought us back to waking. Greetings. Who are you? Not who, what? Memories. This place was created as a cradle of memory and fantasy. The things that belonged to the city's heroes were kept here. People used to come to this place to remember those heroes, and myself and the others are living memories. You woke us, so here we are. So your memories of who? Of the heroes the city wished to immortalize. Go touch a memory, see how they remember us. After all, this place was created so that our names would never disappear into the mist of history. There used to be a place like this near Needholm. Quiet, calm, used to walk among the plinths and pedestals, wondering the people who founded the place, what was driving them. Were they thinking about future generations, how to pass down their wisdom and show the right path? Or were they thinking of themselves, trying to keep their names and deeds alive? But then the ceiling collapsed and the place didn't exist anymore, so my question was moot. I wish I could say that we have not dishonored your memories, but Canabra's lie is in ruin, and But you fearlessly battled the invaders with no thought for yourself. You have earned no censure. We're proud of you. Right. In the olden days, mortal kind lost to the demons time after time after time, and now the descendants are continuing their losing streak. How could they not be proud of that? So why'd you help me? A soft smile appeared on the woman's face. I sensed something in you, as if you were close to me somehow. Like we stood shoulder to shoulder once in the face of evil, and we must do so again. I sense that light dwells within you. Very recently you were threatened by a powerful demon, and dark bloodlust tried to enslave your souls, but you opposed it and held fast. Continue to follow the path of light, and other righteous souls will aid you and follow you. Cool. Leave. Farewell. The power that gives us this semblance of life is running out, and soon we will once again be but memories, living only in words, pictures, and songs. Cool. Battle? Yeah, I know. I was just finishing this area first before doing battle.